Hello everyone, this is Mr. Walker. I am your roster teacher this year. This is just a nice little presentation for your IEP Portfolio template. As some of you may know, we do this every year for your IEP so that you can create and update and be able to be in charge of your own IEP meeting. For those of you that are new to my classroom, um, here's a nice little explanation of what all's going to happen throughout the year, kind of. Um, every year we have your IEP meeting. In my classroom, uh, a lot of the IEPs are student led, so you get to lead your own meeting. These meetings are completely about you, so therefore I think it is best that you're able to incorporate your thoughts and your actions and kind of be in charge of what you want to learn in your own education. Um, so we're going to be working together throughout this year on your own IEP portfolio. In Google Classrooms, you will be able to access your own template and be able to edit it as you need to. Um, First off, uh, right here where your name is, all you got to do is change your name once you get it. Just double click, be able to edit your name, and you can always change your theme. Okay, so change your theme, nice and easy. You just have to go to right click here, click change theme. I want this to be a reflection of you, so that's why it's very basic as it is right now, so that you can update it and change it however you want. Um, if you want, you can go here, you can just do that and it'll change for everything. So as you can see, everything's been updated to make sure it's the same as the theme. I'm going to go back now. Let's see, change theme. Oh, simple. Okay, so you're going to edit your name on this first page. This is kind of where we're going to be doing our introductions. The next part, you need to add who all is invited. Okay, so this will be your parents, your principals, myself, yourself, as well as any other teachers. Same goes with either Mrs. Olson, who you worked with for work experience, or for Mrs. Lee, who you worked for to do evaluation stuff. If they're part of the decision stuff and you met them this year to kind of talk about your IEP, you need to have them involved in this part as well. Okay, so this one, all you have to do is go in and you can edit this. Just make sure that it is up to date and accurate. Um, and you will make the introductions when everybody is there so that you know everybody as well as everybody knows each other. Now, the next part, a very important part, we get to talk about strengths, interests, and preferences. This is your interest page. So what you need to do is you can add any of your interests, whether it's words or you can add pictures of them, but you need to go in depth and be able to tell about them. So if you put a picture of, say, going on a four-wheeler out in the country somewhere, you got to tell why that's an interest to you. Okay? But this is all about you. The next one is my strengths. Okay, what are your strengths? Are they in math? Are they in art? Okay, so are they in English? Are they working on automotives? Are they working on wood tech or some sort of hands-on activity? You need to be able to go in depth, be able to talk about it. Okay, so when you're going through here, you're going to add in what are your strengths, and you're going to make sure that it is something that you feel is a strength. And then you're going to also make sure to put it down You can again use whatever theme or color of font or whatever, however you feel. Make sure it's easy to read and easy to see. The next one, my preferences. How do you prefer to learn? Okay, so do you prefer to work or learn in a group or on your own? Do you prefer to have things read aloud or read them on your own or kind of do a mixture of both? Do you prefer to work inside or outside? Do you prefer to, oh, any preference that you have when it comes to learning or working? Um, Also go through and kind of talk about what you, yeah, what you prefer on whatever deals with learning or working. The next part of the transitional piece is living. Okay, so you need to go through and add, where do you think you're going to live after high school? Do you want to be by yourself in an apartment in a dorm after high school at college? Do you want to live in your parents' basement? Okay, but we need a realistic expectation of where you want to live after graduating high school. Okay, now there's the hard part. Depending on where you choose, so if you say, I want to live in an apartment with friends, you need to also label what you need to be able to do in order to do that. So you're probably going to have a job to pay for rent. You're also going to have to worry about cleaning up your own dishes, making your own meals, cleaning your apartment. Okay, so these are kind of the thoughts that we're going to be discussing over the 4 years that you're in high school, just to try to make sure you're prepared for wherever you're going. We want you to be successful after high school, and this is part of it. So, tell us where you're going to live, and then also tell us what you need to be able to do. So, this would also include budgeting, being able to write checks, have a bank account, make appointments, okay? Get around town. Another piece here is learning, okay? So, what do you need to learn about? You need to go through or what do you want to learn about would be a better question. What do you want to learn after high school? So, do you want to go to school to study, say, photography or to become a teacher or a nurse or work on cars? You need to kind of go into depth, and we'll talk about this as well. You'll also go to ONET to kind of see what the responsibilities and skills that are needed for that. And again, we'll talk about that and work together towards that before your IEP meeting. But what do you need to learn about? Go into depth on that. Make sure that we can have a sense of it. So for learning, um, do you need to have somebody there to help you with notes, or are you able to do it on your own? Do you need a computer that has word processor, or do you like handwritten? So go into depth on those, okay? The final piece of the transition stuff is working. What do you want to do after high school? What job do you want? Do you want to go be an automotive mechanic? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be a accountant? Whatever you want to do, make sure it's a realistic idea, okay? And then you're going to also look at what skills that you need for that job. Again, this is used for ONET. We use this a lot. Also, another good site for both learning and working would be our iHappy, I Have a Plan Iowa, um, where it kind of goes through, and for learning, it kind of gives you a idea of what you might want to do for a job and how you get there. So iHappy or I Have a Plan Iowa are good resources for this. Um, and you're able to kind of see what you need to be able to do. Now, the fun part, course of study. Here at Forest City, you need to have 72 credits to graduate. Now, That's fairly easy since you have 7 credits in a trimester. So therefore, 7 times 3 is 21 credits a year. So you can get up to 84 credits. Okay. And as a freshman, you'll start off with 0 here. Don't be alarmed. It looks kind of scary, but if you're a first trimester freshman, you won't have any because this is all of the credits that you have earned to date. Okay, so if we're still in the middle of a trimester, you don't get credit for that trimester yet. It's only at the end of the trimester. So you'll need 9 credits of math, which is 3 years of math. You'll need 12 credits of English, or 4 years. You'll need 9 social studies, which for us are all the social studies theme classes that we take. You'll also need 9 science classes or credits, which that includes our earth science and horticulture and biology. We definitely need to take earth and physical science and biology your freshman and sophomore year. And then we'll either look at horticulture and natural resources, or you can look at chemistry or anatomy physiology, or even look towards astronomy, meteorology, and geology, all of which are offered for us. You'll also need 7 PE credits. Actually, I take that back. It is now 8 PE credits. Sorry about that. And then you'll also need to take 2 computer apps classes. And then the rest are classes of whatever you want to take. And if you are 16, you'll be lucky enough to hopefully be able to work with our work experience coordinator, Farrah Olson, and she will work with you about kind of the skills you need for getting a job after high school. Here's the important part now. My goals. What are your goals for reading, writing, working, and math? Now, maybe you don't have a writing goal, so just delete it. But I want to know what your goal is personally. We will talk more in depth about how we're going to do goals, but try to get as precise as you can. Be pretty specific here, just to see how we can get there. Modifications and accommodations. These two are huge. You get to experience this every day when you take a test. A lot of times, if you work with me, we have read aloud tests. This also goes for your Iowa assessments every year and all the fun tests. This is also what do you need to help you learn? How are you going to be successful in high school? So go through and just write down whatever you think. If you need to have things broken up so you can understand it better, write it down. This is all about you. Okay? So I can give you some ideas on what in the past you guys have used. But again, I want to hear from you what you think helps you the most. And we can always go from there. Now, and the important part, IEP team members, this is everybody again that was invited. This is also the people that will be there. So we maybe invited people up here, but maybe they said they couldn't be there. So we're just going to only put down the people that said that will be there. Okay. So hopefully both your parents or guardians will be there. Mr. Baker or Mr. Jones. Myself, yourself, you are an important part of this team, as well as any of your teachers. So this is kind of the end of it. If you have any questions whatsoever, just make sure to ask. Again, in any of these, you can add backgrounds, you can add pictures. Make it about you. This is the best way that you can learn how to do it. And I want you to be successful after high school and with being able to help your own education. You're going to be in charge of your own education here. So let me know if you need any questions. answered. Thank you very much.